Hello everybody, today in this video I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on Mr. Freeze located at Six Flags Over Texas in Arlington, Texas. Before I get into it though, if you're new here and you like what I post, consider subscribing. It really helped me out a lot on my journey to 500 subscribers, and I'm almost to 300 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough. So thank you for all the support, and with that out of the way, let's get right into the review. Mr. Freeze has a max height of 218 feet, a max speed of 70 miles an hour, a max vertical angle of 90 degrees, one inversion, and a total track length of 1,300 feet. So if you guys know me, you probably know that I really don't like this ride a lot, for as much praise as it gets. So let's dive into the layout and find out why. First, you'll start off your riding experience by sliding either to the left or the right, depending on which side of the station that you boarded on. This is kind of like Stormrunner Station, where it's a dual loading station, so you have two sides to the station that you'll either go on. Once you slide over, you'll sit there for like a couple of seconds, and then without warning, you start launching backwards. Now, this is a pretty forceful launch in my opinion. It's not as forceful as like a hydraulic launch, but you can still feel the linear G-forces. And then before you know it, you see light, and all of a sudden you get punched with a bunch of positive G-forces. And two words to describe this: bone crushing. So I heard people describe this ride as bone crushing before, and I thought I knew what bone crushing positive G-forces meant. Because, I've ridden stuff like Sky Rush before, Super Duper Looper, stuff with, like, really intense positive G-forces. But bone crushing, I don't know. It's like a different kind of G-force. So, like, you have Sky Rush with really intense positive G-forces, and then you have Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast with bone-crushing G-forces. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'll explain it later. So, after you go up backwards, you'll go and turn, I think it's like 90 degrees to your right, and you'll go into the inverted top hat, which provides some really good hang time at the top. Then you'll come down, turn out about 90 degrees again, and then go up into an overbank turn backwards. Again, bone crushing positive G-forces, I'll get to that later. After this, you'll go up into the 218 foot tall spike. Now, this was my favorite part of the ride. For one, it provides great views of the park. And also, like halfway up the spike, you just start being pushed. So like your body is already going up, moving up with the train, but then after a while, your body stops accelerating, but the train is still accelerating because of the LIM boosters that are on the spike. So your body is just being pushed up while you're facing 90 degrees straight down, and it's a really, really weird feeling. But once it stops, you come thrusting back down, and you go really fast, and you don't know what hit you. Oh wait. Bone crushing positive G-forces. That's what hit you. How could I forget? So after this, you go back into the overbank, which for some reason going forward kind of jackhammered me back and forth. And then this is the part of the ride that really got me. So I don't know why. I think I might have leaned forward a bit, and then the positive G-forces kicked in, and it forced me down so much. I felt like my spine was actually about to crack in half. There was one point in my spine where it was just not having it. It felt like it was about to break. I'm not even kidding. But once I turned upside down the inverted top hat, I got a break from it. I got some good hang time. Then we came back into the station, and I'm like, okay, that wasn't as good as I thought. So yeah, this ride, I don't know, man. It didn't really do much for me. The inverted top hat and the launch are really the only part that I liked, and I guess the top hat was kind of cool, but other than that, everything else was kind of bad. So let's talk about this bone-crushing positive G-forces. So, this is what I found out. So I think bone-crushing literally means what it means. So like positive G-forces, you just feel the blood going to your feet, just all of the blood going down to the bottom of your body. But with bone crushing positive G-forces, it affects your bones, and it literally crushes them. Like where I felt the most positive G-forces actually wasn't at my feet, it was actually at my chest. Like all of the positive G's I think were pressing down on my chest and my spine, and that's why I didn't like this ride as much. And I think that's where the term bone crushing positive G-forces comes from. So in my opinion, yeah, bone crushing positive G's doesn't just mean really intense positive G-forces. It actually has a meaning and definition. Meaning, it literally crushes your bones, which it did for me, and that's why I didn't like this ride. So I have another thing to talk about, and that is like the restraints. So the restraints are actually kind of weird. So, it's just a normal pull down lap bar, and then you feel something on your feet. It's a shin guard, except it's not a shin guard for your shins like it usually would be. It's a shin guard for all of your like bottom legs, like the bottom half of your legs. So your feet, your ankles, and the bottom of your shin, which I thought was kind of weird. Literally the best way I can describe how this thing looked was like it's gonna sound weird, but it's like a toilet paper roll just kind of sitting at your feet. I know, it sounds weird, but that's the best way I can describe it. It's like the cylinder thing that just kind of sits there. And of course you had your lap bar. But another thing I found weird is the seatbelt. So it's not a seatbelt for yourself. So you know like how you get on Candemonium, you have to buckle yourself in first and then you pull down the restraint? No, you pull down the restraint first and then you buckle the seatbelt into your restraint, which I found was kind of weird. But I never knew the point of the shin guards until I actually went up the spike. Because when you're going up the spike, if those things weren't there, your feet would just be dangling and it would be very, very, very uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm glad those shin guard things were there. But overall, this ride gets a solid 5 out of 10 for me. I see why a lot of people like it if you can bear the bone-crushing positive G-forces, but I didn't. If I do ever come back out here, I'll definitely give this another chance. But for now, this ride just doesn't do it for me. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you're new here and you like what I post, consider subscribing. It really helped me out a lot. If you like the video, drop a like down below. And give me your thoughts and opinions on Mr. Freeze down below. But that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you all later. Bye.